We're ready to go, right? All right. Just double checking.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 681.
The 681st podcast on the network.
This is so weird adjusting to this stuff. You know, like we did it the other way for so long.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the other thing that's real funny.
Yeah.
I didn't hit record.
What? Well, we've been recording. We could do a soft restart if you need.
Yeah, we're gonna have to restart because I got to hit record.
Well, the video watchers are gonna get 2 intros.
Yeah, that was just a practice swing.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go.
Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 81.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yeah, as long as it recorded, because I hit record and then
it says it's recording on my end. Are you recording me, Brian?
I hope so.
Damn it! So is the whole internet.
I'm always recording you.
Wait, always? Holy shit!
Always.
Hey, Brian.
We all know about all the things.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Tony. Opening a cherry Pepsi.
Man, how exotic.
I know. Well, it was like a few weeks ago, Kroger had, name brand Sody Pops for what's a current market reasonable price. And I was like, I don't like cherry Coke because it has this like stale taste to me. So I got cherry Pepsi instead. Like it's Coke over Pepsi for me, but cherry Pepsi over cherry Coke. For sure.
I mean,
unless you're legit adding cherry to real Coke, or real cherry to Coke, then I'm good. But
I don't know. I kind of like the Coke Cherry Zero. The cherry kind of kills that like weird aftertaste from the sweetener. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way our ancestors did it too.
I learned it from watching cavemen documentaries.
Yeah, they were like, this tastes like chemical.
We don't want this.
Add cherry. Oh, yeah. And then bam, civilization.
Yeah,
right after
Emerald, our Lord and Savior, appeared. Bam.
Yeah, bam. Add this cherry, kick it up a notch. Like, oh, all right. Well, can't argue with that.
Steadily plowing through a Brewdog non-alcoholic 12-pack. It's like an assorted deal. They're pretty good. They're pretty good, Brian. They're pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Good.
It threw me off though because they say like one of their grapefruit IPA is called Elvis. So in here it's Elvis AF, and I'm like, Elvis as fuck? No, alcohol free.
Yeah.
All their beers are AFs,
I like the other
not NAs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyway.
I see. That's all right. That bottle of rubbing alcohol you have there next to it will fix that problem.
I thought I actually had one down here. I was like, is it back there?
That would be good.
I was cleaning with it.
No, Tony, don't add that.
Yeah. Someone's got to clean up the murder tools. I mean, cat litter.
Yeah, that's true. In your Dexter room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How's Brian?
Yeah, so how you been?
Hey, I'm all right, man. It's been a busy week. My boss is on vacation, so I'm the whole damn show.
That's always the fun one. Yeah.
Which has been a great time. It's actually been, the days have been flying by, but I've been spending more time in the office behind the computer than I care to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, God damn it. Get me out there for those animals I love.
Sorry, Tony, your foot's too far in the corporate now.
Who knew?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's all right though.
It's all over. They talk about you behind your back now, and like, look at this sellout son of a bitch.
It's been crispy in our neighborhood. How about yours?
Yeah, I'm wearing pants right now.
I got a hoodie on right now. We actually turned the heat on.
Yeah, we did too. We have overnight. Through the day we haven't, but overnight it's getting a little like 30s, so it's getting a little too brisk.
Dude, Monday morning I woke up and I get out of bed. I was just like, what? Why is it so fucking cold? We still had one window open. It's like,
oh no,
damn it. I was
Yeah,
froze.
that's a mess. Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, right.
Yeesh. Yeah, like when I got up today, it was like, man, it's kind of brisk in here, and it was because like my mom had been like cooking all day, so it was really hot in the kitchen. So she kind of kicked the air on a little bit to knock the heat down.
Damn,
You
could just
know,
open a
and
window. It's cold as it is.
yeah, I know. Got a little brisk in the house though. And it's like right now I usually have a fan on me while we're recording, and I do not, which means partway through this the we'll probably kick the heat on, and then I'll be like, "Ooh, I got to turn this fan."
I'm dying in here, guys.
This room only has one grate in it, and dude, it gets so hot in here. Like I know I run warm anyway, but it gets really like my sister's always cold, and when she was in this room, she would even like open the window at night.
God damn.
Sometimes.
You ever think about putting a little skillet over that heat vent? Go make a little breakfast fire in there.
I should, right? Have a little omelet while we're recording. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
Always thinking, Brian. Always thinking.
Wasting an opportunity over
that's
here.
Free
Just
heat.
Put some bacon on there. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess not free, but you're recycling the heat.
Not really free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. And keep seeing stuff for breakfast, and I'm like, man, I either gonna have to make some breakfast, like the full breakfast gimmick, or I'm gonna have to go get some breakfast somewhere.
Or both. I mean, second breakfast.
Or both. Yeah. It's true. It's actually a great idea. So,
after cooking that big old breakfast, you just like, man, I'm starving. You go get breakfast, come back, then have more breakfast.
Yeah. That's true. You do need to refuel for
third breakfast. Some call it lunch. We call it third breakfast.
Yeah. Now it's third breakfast. Yeah.
I should just start calling every meal breakfast. I mean, technically.
Yeah. Well, it is. It is. Yeah. Because you fasted since the last time you've eaten.
I don't care if that fast was 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Like, dude, you just ate a breakfast. Like, it's been 5 minutes, man. Like, oh, yeah, you got a point there.
You heading to the kitchen? Yeah. Gonna go grab some breakfast. What? You come out with just like a bag of chips. Everything you eat is breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, see, this chip broke the 15-second fast from the last chip that I had.
Yeah.
Ergo breakfast. Yeah,
I like this plan. This is
called the breakfast diet. It's not healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, it could be healthy, but it's not. It's probably not going to be. Because you're just eating all the time.
If you think about it, if it was like Breck and then like a hyphen and then fast, and it makes it, and you have that side of the manual look like all yoga-y and, someone, cloverleaf pattern or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like you meditate in between bites.
Like, wow, I can eat, get thin, and get mentally healthy. And they just realize it's just eating.
This actually sounds like
really
a real
does.
diet. I mean, it doesn't sound like any more bullshit than most of the things that have been proposed over the years.
Yeah. As long as you take a mindful second between each bite, you are breaking a fast. Reflect on the nutrients. Could be ice cream.
It's a treat for all the work you're doing for yourself.
It's weird. Brian, we should be health gurus.
Meanwhile, they create a new form of diabetes for you.
Yes.
This is diabetes 3. This is from the breakfast diet.
That's the breakfast diet. Oh, man. Yeah. We'd be murderers. But we'd be millionaires.
Yeah. That's a fair trade-off,
whatever.
Right? Yeah. I mean, things cost.
You could fast longer between things. We didn't say you couldn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't tell you. Right. It's not our fault. You're constantly cramming things in your face.
Like a machine.
Right. This diet's only meant for entertainment purposes only. It's not meant to treat or cure any situation.
We need a WWE clause before it.
Yeah. Don't try
just tiny little letters. I mean, if they do, we told them not to.
It's funny. They don't run that anymore. They don't run the, hey, our guys and women are trained professionals, blah, blah, blah. Please don't try this. They don't do that anymore.
I wonder.
Yeah. I'm surprised the networks don't make them run it.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe it's because more people understand that it's
a ruse,
predetermined and such. Yeah, I don't know though. That's because you can for sure still get hurt trying to, like even if you because most people probably don't understand how they do this or that so that someone doesn't get murdered, or how you can put a triangle choke on somebody but not actually put a triangle choke on somebody, unlike UFC where it's it's tap or nap.
That's my favorite game.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I don't like it when Snap gets involved.
I mean, I suppose. Unless it's a Slim Jim, am I right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure got to snap into that. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so we went to Monroe, Brian. Glorious Monroe, because movie theater date again. It's a time.
Oh yeah, right.
Went and saw The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, I didn't know they were playing that.
Yeah,
there.
I saw it on the big screen. And let me tell you, like I love watching that movie regardless, but when you see it that big and you see how detailed, like all the miniatures are that they made, for stop motion, it's wild. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't think, even when it was originally out, I don't think I saw it in the theater. I don't think I saw it till it was on video. Because I think I was kind of like, I don't know.
It is a full-blown musical.
And then
yeah.
And it came out on video, and I was like, oh well, let's have a look at this. Mm-hmm. And now I've watched it God knows how many times.
But get this, right?
Movie,
we're walking in the theater, and there's a big bin as we're walking up with the, hey, put your 3D glasses in here bin. I'm like, that's interesting. I kind of looked at the sign. It didn't scroll, didn't say anything about 3D, whatever. So I'm like, whatever movie was here previous must have been in 3D. So we're, eating popcorn, snacking on smuggled candy, watching previews. And then it goes black, and then it's like, now is the time for you to put on your 3D glasses. Dude, they never gave us glasses.
Oh, no.
I know. So I'm like, shit. I'm, slowly reclining not reclining, whatever the opposite of reclining, inclining. Sitting my seat up.
Yeah, that's a good question. Right? I don't know. Sitting up.
I'm sitting my seat up, which is slow as shit because they're, power seats because it's luxury until you need it.
Yeah, of course.
Scampering out there, and I'm like, hey, we're seeing Nightmare Before Christmas. Can we get some 3D glasses? Because we never got any. And, oh, yeah, it's no problem. How many pairs of children's glasses do you need? And I'm like, just 2 adults. We're big kids, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see it.
Should have taken the children's glasses.
Oh, my God. I would have looked like one of those weird villains when the lenses are in the middle of their face. And just, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's a good look, yeah. Or you could wear 2 pairs of glasses.
Of shades, you say?
Oh. Yes, 2 pairs of shades. Man, that's the old rock and roll cheeseburger reference. Yep. Yeah, it is now.
It's like I just said something in Aramaic to you.
I think you did. Yeah, luckily I speak it, so we're good. But yeah, I don't even know what would happen if you put on 2 pairs of 3D glasses. Are you in 6D at that point?
You break through space and time, I think.
Like, am I in the movie now? And they're like, no, you're in 3D in the movie. I'm like, what?
At this point, you and I turn into rainbows, and then it's like the flat plane rotation when it gets thin. And then we're just spinning, and we're going through different time periods. Because, 3D glasses. It's got to be flashing red and blue because 3D glasses.
Right. Yeah, It's like this is who we are now. Like you can't undo it.
There is no undoing
unless you put another pair on. You put another pair on.
Oh shit! What happens then?
I think the universe just implodes.
What is that? The 8th dimension with another one on?
I don't even think math can figure that one out. Like you're just screwed at this point. They have a warning sign above the glasses, like "Do not put more than 2 pairs on it."
God. Sorry.
Like, I wonder. They see you reaching for three. Someone just slaps your
You
hand.
son of a bitch.
Taps the sign. What are you doing? Like, you'll get us all killed.
How dare you?
But I wouldn't have thought of three if you wouldn't have said it. It's like, those tests where they put people in a room and it's like, don't touch that button.
Yeah, there's always the one guy just sweating, just staring at it.
Yeah. God, I gotta touch that button. What if it releases money?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was cool to see it, though. Back to that.
Yeah. I was in Aldi yesterday, and first off, jerks didn't have any red bag chicken.
Did they have pizza cookie?
No, they didn't have any pizza cookie either.
Arson. That's the next step.
I should have.
Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
But I had shopping to do. So, I should have done it after I was done
action
shopping,
movie style.
But yeah, actually, what I should have done is just push my cart, get all my stuff, push the cart outside, and then do is like not pay, but just set the place on fire.
Well, you could do the slow motion push it in the store, and you turn around and run, and the store explodes behind you.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You're right. All I would have had to do was plant some explosive devices in, like, some pineapple or something.
I got the ultimate Aldi's parking lot death for this to explode the store. So you have a bomb in the cart, and it's an obvious bomb.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's wires going up to the little quarter thing. And then someone left the quarter in, but left the cart out. And someone wants that quarter so bad, they blow up the whole store.
What do you do?
Like, dude,
I need that quarter.
Mike, that's a free quarter.
If I push it right, I can probably dive and get missed by the shrapnel. You're doing all this math in your head, and you're not even close to correct it. Like, you think you can dive to the ground before it explodes. Meanwhile, as soon as you touch the quarter, it just blows up.
Doves fly, John Woo.
Yep, I've chosen poorly. Oh, man. It was weird, though, because I was in there and they had, like, these shades pulled down over a lot of the cold area. And I was like, what is going on here? So it just looked like if you pulled a shade down, like, over a window.
Like you can't see
That's
into
what it looked like. Yeah, but it wasn't across all of the thing. It was just like over by where Pizza Cookie is, there was one right there.
See, that's where they keep the next employees that they're going to unfrost so they can put them, reanimate them, put them to work.
Oh, see, that makes sense. Okay. That's why there were so many over in the meat department.
That's all that new meat on Wednesdays, Brian. That's just old employees.
That's
why it's so cheap,
so
too.
Good. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever, I mean, I ain't seen those Aldi people
hustle. That's as long as it's beef, man.
Yeah, as long as it's 80-20, I'm good.
80-20 where it counts.
I'm walking around.
Yeah.
I'm walking around and I'm seeing this, and I'm kind of like, for the most part, the stuff that was covered was not the things I was getting, so I didn't really worry about it. I get back by the meat though, and there's some stuff I was gonna get that was covered up, and I'm like, And I got my AirPods in, listening to my Discover Weekly. And then I feel this tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and I shit you not, I didn't even see the person because it was an older lady that didn't even come up to my shoulder.
Who did he?
I mean, yeah, I was only scared because she said something about thinner.
Oh boy. I got some bad news for you, Brian. What a good movie / book to watch and read.
Yeah. No, she was like, do you know why they have all these, so I take the AirPod out of my ear, and she's like, do you know why they have all, I'm like, I have no idea. And she goes, I want to get some meat, but I'm afraid. And I was like, yeah, I kind of with you on that. And then the manager happened to walk by, and he goes, oh, he's like, everything's okay. He's like, we've had some fluctuation with the temperature. He's like, but we've got it turned up like too far. So even if it does fluctuate, it's still at a safe level. And he walked us over and showed us like where the temperature shows,
like,
basically.
Come follow me to the back room now, guys.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, now I'm
Exactly.
80-20. Yeah. Thank God he got me before the thinner thing kicked in. Otherwise, I might have been 75-25. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It would have been 90-10. Got to go thinner.
That's just prime, dude.
Leaner. Yeah. But and I was like, oh, and he goes, yeah, he's like someone was supposed to come out and look at it, and he goes, but the guy hasn't shown up yet. So but yeah, I was like, yeah, if I reach in and I pick up anything and it's even remotely like not like cold, I'm for sure not buying
what
it.
If when you saw one of those shades covering the cooler, your first instinct from a shared childhood that we had is to try to blitz through it like you're on American Gladiators?
Well, I mean, I would have went into all their like pizzas and not the pizzas. It was the next section over, so like calzones.
I figure one door's pizza, the other door's the Gladiator.
Yeah. Yeah. My luck, I'd find the Gladiator.
I would watch this as a
how
game
it goes.
show. People just trying to grocery shop with American Gladiators, fucking them up.
Oh man,
like you're
poor people. They just twitching.
Picks up a head of cabbage, just turns into Powerball.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's just a normal grocery store, but as soon as you pick up,
you don't know what it is. Like
you just see a Gladiator walk out, and you're like, what's going on here? Someone runs out the cone thing that you put the ball into. Like, what is going on here?
Gladys gets hip checked into the melons.
Yeah. The employees that you see them all of a sudden, they got headsets on and they're commentating. Like, what are we doing?
I would watch this all day, Brian.
Yeah. Like, hey, any cabbages you get into the zone there are free.
I think it's grocery luck, gladiators. Yes.
I like this. This is a great idea. This is way better than Guy's Grocery Games.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna pitch this to Guy Fieri, like, hey Guy, I got another show you can do a triple G thing for.
Like,
he'll just jizz right there.
Glasses on his back of his head, spin around.
Yep.
Comically. I know how you get contestants on the show too.
Oh, I was just assuming it was just you do it randomly because people won't have a clue what they're walking into.
But I mean to make it legal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
So you build this grocery store. And you tell everybody, new grocery store in town, we got cheapest prices. You undercut everybody, but it's a club. So you have to sign a contract to get in.
Oh.
So you
can
be a club member. Yeah. And no one reads the fine print. Suddenly you're on the show. All your rights gone.
Yeah. Also your bank account.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
House.
If Iceberg freaking paralyzes you by the Ben & Jerry's, you can't sue. You signed.
No, you signed the deal. Yeah. It's like you're the one that wanted the free lettuce, buddy, Because that's the thing, like I said, any grocery items you get past the Gladiators. They're yours.
Man, this sounds like some sort of fucking dystopian game that the rich put the poor on.
Good luck eating them with your jaw wired shut. But yeah.
Hey, if Kanye can rap his jaw wired shut, I can eat coleslaw, my guy.
It's true. I want to see this. to the hospital.
Let's go. Coleslaw challenge.
We're gonna need you guys to give this guy some coleslaw with his jaw wired shut. Like,
he does it.
Like he says he can do it. You're just fucking snorting.
Like, well, his jaw doesn't need to be wired, so we don't need it. You just hit me with a bat.
How about now? Well, it's not bad. We actually think I hit you again. Like, Jesus. Like, what did he ever do to you? Like, oh, that's my best friend.
It's all for the show, guys.
Yeah, he'd do the same.
You guys
for
must
me.
be making a ton of money on that show. No.
Nope. For the love of the game.
Patreon.com/saltylanguage.
Yeah, if you want to see the coleslaw challenge. That's the new TikTok.
Oh God, I hope
viral
not.
thing. People trying to snort cabbage or
Oh, I
coleslaw.
thought we were talking about broken jaws.
Oh yeah, well that's part
okay,
of the
all
challenge, of course. You got to go get your jaw wired, so you have to figure out a way to break your jaw badly.
Wow, it sounds like something that could legitimately go viral because that's the kind of brain rot we have in our society now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right?
Speaking of brain rot, Brian, we made Bell Beefers.
Right. For those who didn't listen to the Patreon, first of all, patreon.com/saltylanguage. Only $3. Yep. But it was a sandwich that Taco Bell apparently had. I don't remember it ever, but it's basically a taco on a bun. Like basically take a Taco Bell taco and just put it on a bun. I mean, I think I'm pretty close.
I would think
that,
so.
right?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically it's just chopped meat.
Apparently, Del Taco also has one. Like currently, some Del Taco locations have, which sucks for us because there's no Del Taco close.
Not at all.
But yeah, no, there was one in Toledo, and it lasted like 3 months.
Miserably.
Yeah, disappointed me and T severely one night when it was very late, and we were like, "Let's get Del Taco." And we went over there, and nope, it was shuttered up.
Let's get Del Disappointed. Yeah.
I guess it's Taco Bell time.
I mean, whatever, right?
Yeah. Oh, actually, that reminds me.
Taco Bell queso, shout out, by the way. That's what I put on my Bell Beefer.
Oh,
Brian.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I cooked it up like taco meat, the seasonings, the water, all the dumb shit you're supposed to do. But then I added tomato paste. I added more seasoning because there's a lot of flavor in tomato paste that isn't taco.
What are you talking about?
Diced onions, all the good stuff, right? And I got it down to tasting like taco meat, which is what I wanted. But it had that thick, sloppy text. You know what I'm saying?
I believe you mean thick.
Yeah. So I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then, slap it on the bun. Put a little lettuce on there. I put the queso on it. Put a little shredded cheese, a little guac schmear on the other side of the bun.
Okay. Well, I think you
churched it up
because I don't think they for sure didn't.
For my first one, I churched it up. And then I ate it, and I was just like, you know what? This is almost just not that great.
Right.
But today I made the leftovers as a taco, and they were amazing.
Yeah, see, I think that's the key, right? Is that maybe why it didn't really catch on?
The second one, actually, I didn't even have a second one. I just made a pile of meat with cheese and Bell Beefer objects and chips.
Bell Beefer objects sounds very odd.
And that was good. But I mean, I like the style of that for taco meat, though.
Okay. So it's a good move for tacos, but forget, for gringo tacos, but forget it as the Bell Beefer. Then is what you're saying.
Because I mean, if you want the gringo tacos, that kind of like there's almost like no texture to them. They're just like soft.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Right.
Because that sauce is so thick, it lends itself to that kind of taco.
Okay.
Because I had a couple tonight, and they were delicious. I wish I had more crunch,
that's
though.
Fair.
Yeah, I should have had fresh, like, cut onion.
Oh, yeah. A little onion on top would have really helped that, yeah. Did you do, I forgot if you said, did you do shreddis on there?
I had just lettuce, not quite shreddis. Like, I chopped up my own head of lettuce. I got it up by the Gladiators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snuck it out of the store. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm surprised you were able to get past them.
They're mauling an old lady. What are you going to do?
Oh, right. Yeah. You know how it is. When somebody starts mauling an old lady, it's dog pile time.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Yeah. And you're like, look over there, an old lady. They're get her. Meanwhile, you tiptoe out of the store.
Menacingly twitching my
with
mustache.
The,
yes.
Right. Yeah, naturally. Dick Dastardly over there.
Yes. Great porn name, by the way.
It is, but I don't think you'd be able to get away with it. I'm pretty sure Hanna-Barbera would sue the shit out of you.
Or is it, what do they call that? When the trademark, like, lapses or free use, whatever the hell it's called.
It is. Yeah. I don't think it's for use. That's not right. But yeah, no.
Well, what if it was Richard Dastardly? I can't stop that.
There you go. Yeah, I like it. You know, it is interesting. I was thinking about that the other day. My mom was talking about that. My grandma years ago worked for it doesn't matter. But anyways, her boss's name was Dick Cares. And it's like, boy, if you don't put a space in there,
Yeah,
it sounds like you're saying Dick Care, right? And I was thinking about it though. I was like, you don't see a lot of people with the name Dick anymore.
Nope.
They go by Rich, Richard. You don't see people really going by Dick anymore.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Just kind of a name of a bygone era,
Yeah, we were. I wish I remember what fucking movie we watched.
I still don't even understand where the hell people got Dick from
doesn't make
Richard.
any sense to me.
Like,
maybe King Richard was a dick.
I don't even understand it. I mean, that's probably. I mean, Richard Nixon definitely was.
We watched, excuse me, Evil Dead 2 over the weekend. Amazing. Michelle's never seen it, so. But this whole conversation into credits, there's a guy. His name is Rick Wiener. Right?
Oh God.
I know, right?
Guy, man.
I'm like Rick, short for Richard, Dick Wiener.
Yeah. Like your name's redundant.
So silly, double Dick man. Maybe that's him in real life.
We talked about that guy a long time ago. Yeah, legit a dude with two penises that apparently both work, which sounds like a nightmare, really honestly. Having one is enough, It's
a great opportunity to get a chain link tattoo.
True. Yeah. You want to see my Hydra?
I hope your favorite Ninja Turtle is Michelangelo.
Like, actually, damn it! Like, no one ever falls for that.
Son of a bitch. No, it was fun to watch. It's been a long time since I watched Evil Dead 2, and man, it's
funny because that actually sort of ties into a Shut Up and Take My Money. I have.
That's fun.
Yeah,
we'll get to it's spooky season, so we're trying to watch some spooky movies.
Spooky?
Los
Spooky? Yeah, I haven't watched. Oh God, I take it back. We watched. What the fuck was it? We watched. There's one of those channels that's like movies or one of those. My mom loves watching on Friday nights. They have Friday Night Frights, and they're just terrible horror movies. Some of them are. Some of them aren't bad, and then some of them are very
just trash.
Just trash. Yeah. So I have watched a couple. I can't even remember one off the top of my head. That's how good they are.
I mean, that sounds like a fun night, though.
Yeah. God, I can't think of the one that we watched last week. It was weird because it was this like any shitty horror movie type thing. There's like a monster, right? But the monster only shows up. I watched an hour and 15 minutes of it. I didn't catch the very beginning. In the time I watched it, there was like 3 or 4 scenes with the monster, and that's it.
They're just building up suspense for
every time, dude.
Squeakquel. I'm sorry, Squeakquel.
I'll get to that. I'll get to the Squeakquel though. Anyway, so every time the monster goes to attack somebody, everything goes into slow motion. God. I don't.
Is the main character Max Payne? That would be sick.
No, but it should have been. It was just so ridiculous. There it is. Spawn of the Slithis.
Well, let's see what this looks like, ladies and germs.
It's from 1978. It's as old as I am.
Are you the spawn of the Slithis?
No, but I got to tell you, I feel like I've held up better than this movie.
Dude, I love the name, by the way. The name is good. Spawn of the Slithis. That is dope.
Yeah.
It sounds like the cover art's cool too. It's very Pulp Fiction-y looking,
Right. All right, so a nuclear leak creates a mutant Slithis sea monster which terrorizes the variety of pets, winos, and hippies who hang around Venice, California. So there's actually a scene in there where you see this guy and he's in I don't know if he's supposed to be in a disguise or what, but he walks up and there's just a dude leaning against a wall somewhere. And he goes up and he just leans against the wall next to the guy. I don't think they say anything to each other. There's like 2 minutes that pass.
They're just chilling.
Then he just gets up and then he goes over and starts talking to like dudes over on like, the beach that are working out or whatever. I'm like, what was that about? Like, what are we doing
wasn't
here?
that about?
So we get to the end, and sorry, spoilers for anyone who's really
I got the trailer up right now. It's fantastic.
And so you mentioned a squeakquel, and anyway, so at the very end they they kill the monster.
Spoilers.
And the one guy goes, well, we should take it back to shore or back in with us because they're on a boat. And the other guy is like, nah, it came from the sea. We should put it back out there, kind of a thing. And in my head, I'm going, hell no, man. You just killed a fucking sea monster. Take it in and call the National Enquirer.
Right, for sure.
Like, what are you doing? Get a paycheck
get
out of this.
Picture framed in your local pub.
Right? So they throw the thing overboard. And, then, of course, they're bloody and they're celebrating because, hurrah, we're the good guys and we won. All of a sudden, you see something kind of come out of the water, and the main character guy is just like, ah! And that's basically how the movie ends.
My goodness.
So I assume they did that so they could set up if they were able to do a sequel, which there is no sequel to this,
Not
unfortunately.
yet. Wait till Salty Language Studios gets a hold of this.
Dude, it was such a shit movie.
Yeah, I'm watching a trailer. It looks fucking terrible. I love Slithis vision. Where it looks like he's looking through the top of a 2-liter bottle. What is that?
It does. I forgot about that part. Yeah, every time they show the Slithis vision, it looks like there's like a round hole.
Is that Steve Guttenberg? That can't be Steve Guttenberg. Okay.
No, that's not Steve Guttenberg. I don't think. I don't think there's anyone of note in this movie.
Dude, Slithis.
No, here's how great the movie was. All of the actors that were in it, if you scroll through IMDb, like you have to scroll 6 or 7 actors deep before there's a picture.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give this movie one thing. Considering it's low budget, obviously, and it's in the late 70s, the Slithis suit looks pretty good.
Yeah, I will give them that. It is that the monster actually didn't look
the monster,
as bad as a 1978
well,
monster.
I mean, they should have kept him in the dark more, because those scenes where it's just like he's like giving you like fucking sexy face. Like that, you don't want to see his face that long. But when he's in the dark, it looks pretty cool. Be a great action figure.
Actually, it would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's so that I forgot that we watched that, and we've watched a few other ones, but I can't even remember them. That's how good they are, actually, there was one that was it Son of Frankenstein or something like that? That wasn't terrible though. I mean, that's a typical Frankenstein movie, So that's whatever, That not really spooky, but. Son of Slithis or whatever, Spawn of Slithis. Sorry,
Brian.
What
the
I
very
don't
end
understand,
of the trailer said no one will be admitted into the theater unless they have a Slithis survival kit. They will be provided for free at the box office. What a great gimmick!
Oh my god,
that is awesome.
Now, see, when I saw the name of it, I'm thinking this is a sequel, like Spawn of Slithis, as in Son of Slithis, right? Like, but I didn't realize Spawn of Slithis, I'm assuming, means spawn as in the creation of Slithis, So, yeah. But, it was. Now, what would have been cool if I was remaking this movie, I would make Spawn, like the comic book character, mushed up with a Slithis costume.
Dude. No one's living.
Now we're talking. Todd McFarlane just had at least 5 orgasms when I said that. Because he's like, someone's talking about Spawn?
Slithis to make it packed with some sort of greater demon. Obviously.
Yeah. Right.
I'm sorry. Another pack.
That's how he comes back. Wait. That's how he comes back.
It's all making sense now.
Yep. That 2 seconds he was in the water. What was funny is like when they talked about throwing him in the water, I looked at my mom and I'm like, don't throw him in the water. I'm like, the water's going to revive him, choking. And then...
little did you know. They should have thrown him in like a rock salt pile.
Yeah, I was gonna say or an inferno.
I mean, I guess. But dude, cured Slithis jerky? Come on.
Oh, I see where you're going now. Okay, yeah. Or put him behind the curtain at Aldi.
Yes. Dude, you see Slithis in an Aldi shirt, stocking shelves.
Yeah.
Just waiting to payday.
Yeah. A week later, it's like, great deal on fresh fish. Like, honey, have you ever heard of Slithis?
Yeah, what is this Pacific Slithis? That sounds
it looks amazing.
Exotic.
Let's get that. Do I cook this on a plank? No, sir. Actually, you slice it very thin and salt cure and put it on a giant salt block.
You don't say.
Ah, of course,
then
of
one
course.
idiot doesn't finish her plate, throws it in a sink full of water.
Yep.
Slithis.
Yep. Dude, the shot is like those little things that when you put them in water, they grow. And then he's like full grown.
It's one of those little sponge dinosaurs coming to life.
Yeah. I mean, low budget. What are you gonna do?
You just hear like a crash, and the wife comes into the kitchen. It's just Slithis crouched menacingly on the sink.
Everything goes slow-mo.
Credits.
Then we get Slith. Oh wait, I was thinking a little Slithis vision first.
Yeah, you're right. Slithis vision for sure.
Yeah, Slithis vision, slow motion. She's screaming. Credits.
Yeah, perfect.
There we go. Okay, now we get everything in the shot. Yeah, perfect. And then when he comes back, he's an employee of Aldi. And then when he dies, he makes his deal with the devil and then comes back.
Movie.
Bang. Dude, we just set up 2 more movies.
The Slithis trilogy.
Man, this is amazing. No, I can't do it.
Well, we could, in honor of ZZ Top, about Trace Slithos or something like that.
That actually sounds like an amazing title for something.
Yeah.
You probably just said some awful slur,
some
but,
crack just opened in the earth somewhere.
Yeah. You just unleashed all the Slithis. Normally only one can get through at a time.
Damn it. Why would I say that?
Yep. Yeah. Classic Tony.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Oh, opening rifts in time, space, or
interdimensional nonsense.
Yep. Speaking of interdimensional nonsense, I read the Absolute Batman. Yeah, the one with the
absolutely
the big weird logo.
Oh
no, actually, it's pretty good. I love the idea that it really is a stripped down Batman. Like, he doesn't have all the money and gimmicks and all that kind of stuff. But dude, he's brutal in it. Like, he literally cut some dude's like arm off with that axe thing. Yeah, so it's interesting. It was pretty good read.
A rogue barbarian multi-class and just like framework it around Absolute Batman.
See, that's where being on a computer is cool, because you might be able to mod it to where it would look like Batman. That'd be really
I just been
awesome.
on like pretend imagination D&D.
Oh.
Yeah, with like dice and stuff.
Okay, sorry. Oh. He needed the money.
Yeah.
That dice? No.
Yeah, you didn't know I played D&D of dice every week?
I did not know that.
That would actually be a funny bit if you could convince him to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably
like guys
would.
like, hey, what do I need to play Dungeons & Dragons? Oh, just show up, just bring a couple pencils and dice. And the guy shows up with dice clay.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, welcome to the group. Oh. he turns out to be the hugest
he's
nerd.
Like, he's got one of those dice towers, all it unfolds.
Yeah. Oh, he has everything.
I brought my level 13 paladin. Like, dice plays a paladin? What the fuck?
Like, I would have never thought that. He's like, that's why I do it. Yeah.
It challenges me.
Yeah, right? I mean,
he's not wrong. This hypothetical dice is not wrong, because every D&D character I play turns into a silly goose. I can't help myself, people.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the book's pretty good. I also read the I forgot what they call it. Oh, DC All In. That's what it was, where it kind of sets up the whole thing, because this becomes a universe that Thanos basically creates, and Thanos is like, or Thanos.
No.
Jesus, Darkseid. Sorry, was watching Avengers Endgame last night.
Thanos on your brain.
Darkseid, I mean, is like kind of created the universe, so he's the, he's the big gimmick.
Interesting.
Or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, but like I said, good read. Scott Snyder, the guy who's writing the book, posted on his Twitter that he's seen the Batmobile design and he absolutely loves it. And I'm very curious to see, because again, this is supposed to be a dude without a ton of money. And also, I've always, as much as I love the Batmobile designs, I've always thought, and you've heard me say it on here, that the Batmobile actually makes no sense for Batman.
For sure.
Because it's not nimbly bimbly. Like the motorcycle makes way more sense. Or things of that nature.
You
or
would
just,
hear that
flying.
Tuned supercharged V8 from blocks away.
I know, right?
Like,
shit,
fuck, here he comes. All right, guys, clean up. Let's get out of here. Here comes the bat.
Clean out, yeah. Every time Batman shows up, all he sees is the remnants of crime.
Doesn't help that, he's got a nice system in there and he just bumps slowly through the neighborhood.
Well, sure. He sits in his car. He's like, hold on, guys, Not Like Us is on.
That's just...
I gotta wait till this is over.
Threat. If he can roll through the crime-ridden neighborhoods slowly, banging his music, everyone's like, fuck, Batman's around.
Yeah, he just revs the car a little bit, yeah. But like I said, I've always kind of thought there's that, especially when they design the car. I mean, as much as I love the animated series, it's like that long.
It's like 26 feet long.
Sense. Right. He should be in like a smart car if he's in anything, just, because again, nimbly bimbly, right? Like should be his goal, is to,
there's the cool factor of it.
Oh, I get it, right? Like that one in The Batman, I absolutely love, because that feels like a muscle car too. I love a lot of the Batmobile designs, as you well know. We've talked about this ad nauseum over the years, because comic book nerds. But
Patreon. We could rank.
Oh yeah, actually we should do that. Yeah,
give me some time so I could set up a fun thing for the video with like S through D tier or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I just wrote it down so maybe we'll remember it.
You should actually text it to me. And then I'll handle gathering pictures and shit.
Boy, Tony's gonna do graphics and stuff. This is crazy.
I love this kind of stuff, Brad. It gives me purpose.
Yeah, I agree. It's true. Oh, actually, that does remind me, because I have another one that another one we need to do.
I hope the absolute Batmobile is like one of those midget sprint cars, because that giant fin could be like the axe blade.
Yeah,
and it's nimbly bimbly, and it could take a beating.
Right.
Off-road, on-road, loud as fuck, so people still know he's blocks away. Be perfect.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. The biggest thing with the Batmobile, I guess, right, is that how many times have we seen him chasing bad guys and they're shooting at him? So, it does help to have some protection, where the motorcycle doesn't really provide a lot of that. But
obviously, the Batmobile should be electric, stealthy, silent. Yes.
Yeah. Well, then he loses the intimidation factor, though.
Well, you can still have the system in it.
Yeah. Also, for as big as the absolute Batman character is, him in a smart car would be absolutely hilarious. Yeah. His arms are out the windows.
I love this image.
Yeah, because he's a big boy. He's a big one. So, yeah. But it's cool, spoilers at the end of the issue, they talk about the Joker, and they talk about how he's a guy who never laughs. And I'm like, oh, I love that. The idea that the reason they call him the Joker is like calling a fat guy tiny, basically. Like that has no sense of humor. I'm like, I kind of like that. So I'm real curious to see how they go. Here's something funny, right? The regular copies of the book are roughly about $20 on eBay. It's sold out like everywhere pretty much, into the point that they're on a third printing. Yeah. I mean, this is a Batman book. So there was a shit ton of the first print done, because Batman, right? And then to do a second print, and that's how, now again, there's always going to be completists who got to get every cover, and And, with second prints and stuff now, I actually think it's cool they do different covers for multiple reasons. One, then you look at it and go, oh, that's the second print. Versus, remember years ago, you'd have to look inside the book to figure out.
It's like
if it
trying
was
to figure out what version of a vinyl you have. Let me catch the light right to look at the code that's stamped on here.
Yeah. Right. Versus now you can go, oh, that's
for sure
the second edition. And they do cool covers on them and stuff too, So it's kind of, I can see from a collector's perspective, sure. But to go into a third print, it's like, holy shit, that's again on a Batman book, because when you sell X 100,000 copies, you'd think you'd also print somewhere near that for the second print. And again, I know a lot of people grabbed them, but anyway, so the first prints are going for like 20-ish bucks, right? Apparently the regular book, the cover is kind of the same stock as the inside of the book, right? But there's also one that has a cardstock cover. For some reason, the cardstock cover is going for less money, but if you tore the cardstock cover off, it looks just like the other book.
Huh.
So you could literally tear the cardstock cover off and increase the value of your book.
Interesting.
Because the cardstock covers are only going for, I think, like $8 or $10. Last I read. So I was like, that's so weird. I can't think of a time in all of my years in comic book, being around comic books, that was something you could do. Any other time you tear a cover off a book, you would significantly make it worth less.
Now, here's the question. If enough people do it, do the cardstock covers become the rare ones?
I mean, they could, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's very weird. I don't know why that is. I forgot if it was Bleeding Cool or one of those sites. They posted about it, and I was reading. I was like, that is so weird. I've never, ever heard of that in all of my years of comic book collecting and being around comics.
Weird.
So, yeah, very, because it reminded me like when we had our shop, I tore covers off of books all the time, but that was because Diamond gave us a credit for sending the covers in. Like we'd get like $1 or $1.25 back on the book. So it was a way for us to, save money. Well, not save money because you're rolling like it forward, but it really is. Yeah. And then I would just throw the coverless books in like a quarter bin, and we sold the shit out of them because a lot of kids would come in and buy, $1 or $2 worth of books with no covers. It's like, they're still great for reading. They're just
slightly
not
damaged,
collectible.
but still lovable.
Yeah. I had parents all the time, why don't these have covers? And I just tell them like, hey, we get credit back. I'm like, otherwise they just sit there and that's just wasted money. So, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, there's, all sorts of books in there. Have at it.
Have at the
quarter piece.
Pull a sword, fight them.
Yeah. I mean, well, I did that all the time. Mainly on the days you were there, because, someone's still got to watch the register.
I
I mean, I do have a sword, but I do have an adversary at the time as well. And, once my sword's out, it has to taste blood.
Yes.
Them's the rules.
Right there is the perfect pair of Salty Language boxer shorts. Once my sword's out, it must taste blood.
Oh my.
Wow.
That's terrifying.
It's fun though.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I'm excited to read the Wonder Woman and Superman
Absolute
when
Superman
they come out too.
Is this their... Okay.
Yeah. This is their it's in the Elseworlds. They even in the All-In book, they even talk about someone discovering like Thanos, I did it again. Darkseid discovering the Elseworld. And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool that they threw that back out there." Because these aren't officially Elseworlds, but that's what it was for us. Like our generation knows Elseworlds were the not
canon stuff.
Whatever
Yeah.
And they were just fun stories they could tell, So one thing that I thought was really cool about this whole thing, and with the Absolute Batman especially, is it's been a long time, I think, since one of the main character books generated this level of excitement.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, because it's like, okay, they're rebooting the whole universe, blah blah. They do this every so many years, whatever. You know, okay, here's the new Superman, Batman, you know, whatever. But this time it was like, hey, this is a completely different take on Batman, and people were like, holy shit, I want in on this, dude. I have seen so much fan art done for this. People are loving drawing this Batman, because basically, picture if you were drawing like you know, like I said, just this monstrous dude as Batman. It's literally that guy from Reacher. Picture him as Batman.
Right. Yeah.
Right? You know, or the Mountain or something like that. You know, it's like it's not like any Batman we've really ever seen, because Batman's always been more lean and, again, nimbly bimbly, right? You know, muscly enough, but not like, you know, a power lifter.
Right.
Or a world's strongest man that's now
Well,
Batman.
he's got too many abs for that build.
Yeah,
like
true.
they should have given him like a legit powerlifter build of like the powerlifter gut. You know?
Yeah.
Because they could have given him like massive arms and legs, a little bit of a gut, and these big ass shoulders, big ass chest.
Yeah. Right, but he can literally lift the car and throw it. Yeah. Like, fuck Superman. This guy can do pretty much all that stuff too.
I would love to see a Batman like that.
This is probably as close as you're going to get.
I know. The Batman will forever have abs. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, you know, you kind of have to if you're a superhero, I guess, unless you're six pack.
It's true. Or the Blob.
Or the Blob, yeah. True. Forgot about the Blob. But it was kind of cool too, because, you know, I haven't really read any comics in a while. You know, and
it's always nice
grabbing a couple. I mean, I'd rather have bought the book, but I called around and places were already sold out. I was too late on it. You know, I knew better. You know, so, you know, and I'm not paying $20 for a copy of it. You know, I'm not that guy anymore. You know, to where like, well, what if it goes? I don't care.
Yeah, like,
you know,
I think the investor market's probably gonna go ham on Superman and Wonder Woman with all as much as Batman sold.
Yeah,
yeah,
probably. And I hope they're good. You know, for the same reason, because otherwise, you know, I mean, the cool part is, you know, again, I'm excited for the shops,
of course,
because you know they probably, you know, like I said, every shop that I know of in town sold out of the first print. I had a couple of them. Hey, we got second prints coming, and I'm like, you know, like I'll just buy a digital copy. I don't care, because I wanted to read it. So, yeah, I'm not Johnny Collector anymore. So it's, you know, if I was looking to collect, I probably would be like, okay, well, get me one of those second editions, especially now knowing that, you know, the second editions have also sold out. There's a chance for those to appreciate a little bit too, but, you know, but whatever. I mean, it'll probably cool off a little bit too, because, you know, everybody and their mother probably bought like 5 copies or whatever the stores let them buy, so that they can send them in to get graded too. Yeah. You know, like, hell, if we had a shop, I'd be sending some in to get graded. You know, for sure.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyways, like I said, excited for shops though, because I saw a lot of people talking about how they went to their local shops and they were sold out. And, you know, shops don't essentially underorder Batman like us. The top 2 books I ordered were anything that said Batman in the title, and basically anything that said Spider-Man / Wolverine. Those books always sold for us. Everything else was a crapshoot. But Batman, no matter what it was, if it was a crossover event, you know, people would buy like all the Bat books, you know, Robin, Nightwing, all that shit. They would buy anything that had the crossover, because people, you know, like, Batman was easily the number one seller for us. Yeah.
Should have been Goat Man.
And it also helps that, like, you know, Scott Snyder writing this book, he's, you know, people love him writing Batman, so that for sure helps. And the guy drawing the art's great in it. Like, I really love the art in it. So that, of course, helps too, you know, because it sucks when, because, man, you know, I think about it as we were growing up, like, how many times, you know, you get the fill-in books, you know, where they're in between arcs or whatever, and you're just like, where did they find this artist? You know, it's like,
what is this trash?
It's like, well, yeah, because you know, you're just like, this is a Batman book. Why? You know, it used to piss me off so much, like when you're reading flagship books and the art is subpar. I never understood that.
This is going in the Wayback Machine, Brian. I wish I could tell you
Mhm.
artist though, but King's Comics was still open, and they used to have,
Right.
I do believe, like 10-cent or quarter bin or something like that. Or,
yeah. It was a lot more common when we were kids because books were only like $1 or $1.25 at that time.
But I remember it's always
Yeah.
going through them, and I found this Batman book. And it was the worst fucking bat art I've ever seen in my life. Still, to this day, it's in my brain of how bad the art was.
I wish you could remember the book so we could pull it up. Not that I want to like publicly shame the artist, but I'm more curious because I don't remember. You know,
I'm just gonna do a weird. Let's see. So that would have been early '90s, probably late '80s, probably early '90s,
something like that. Probably early '90s. Yeah, late '80s, early '90s for
terrible art. Let's just see what.
You make sure you put Batman in there,
of course.
Otherwise, you're never gonna find the end of it. But yeah. I used to it used to kill me, you know, when there'd be like 3 or 4 issues. And it's not just like, oh, I don't care for this person's style. I'm just like, this person is not great at drawing backgrounds. It's like they're not polished. I don't understand how you got this
right,
gig.
yeah.
You know, like I just don't understand it. Like I understand when it's like the B tier or C tier characters, you're probably, you know, a lot of times you're going to get, they don't get prioritized, you know, but it's like, why are you letting a 4-year-old draw? Actually, a 4-year-old drawing Spider-Man might be a really cool issue.
That would be an amazing issue. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Like if you could get a 4-year-old who is reasonably decent at art
Oh, they don't even have to be.
Well, I mean, so just to fill in panels a little bit. I guess not. You could let him do the bare bones and someone could kind of emulate his style.
Like what you would need to do essentially is simplify the story to where you could then go, hey, I want you to draw this, and just let them draw it and be like, here's the art for it. And then just do the art that way. You know, I think would be actually really funny or silly.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean,
yeah,
Liquid Death did that. They had some kid design a shirt for him, and it looks stupid.
Oh,
but you know, but I know they cut him in on part of, you know, whatever they sold, the kid got part of, and I love that shit.
Right. There was was it a football team, I think it was, that did that with a kid, where a kid designed, or was it WWE? I can't remember, but it was something where a kid did a shirt, or maybe it was at college. I don't know. Anyway, but it was like this kid did the shirt, and it kind of caught on and got a little viral. And the team got with the kid, and they like legit produced the shirt, and then gave the kid a bunch of the I think the proceeds went to like a charity, basically, you know, type of a thing. And it was like, that's so cool, you know, when you could do that. Yeah. So yeah, because it's still like, you know, to this day, I love when I see athletes or the wrestlers do cool stuff with kids, you know, because, you know, we grew up on, you always wanted to be the kid that Bret the Hitman Hart gave his glasses to, right? Like, or, you know, then there's a generation of like, you know, kids with John Cena stuff where John Cena used to take off, like he wears like 19 armbands while he's wrestling. You know, he takes them off, he throws his hat into the crowd and his shirt into the crowd. And I mean, basically he almost strips down and then, you know, throws it all into the crowd. But, and, you know, I saw one the other day of this guy named Jey Uso, and they have these, I don't know how or why, but he uses yeet as his thing, and he doesn't use it the way that yeet is meant to be used, as in like chucking or throwing something, I assume, right?
That's what the kids are saying.
I was aware of. Yeah. So anyway, he just says, he'll say something, and basically, you know how Stone Cold would say something and people go, what? You know, so now he'll be like, blah, blah, blah. The crowd goes, yeet. And it's like almost like yeet is yes.
That might be TikTok brain rot.
Could be. Yeah. I don't know.
I'd have to ask my expert in the field, Leah. Yeah.
Right. But anyway, so that's, you know, that's what he does, right? That's his thing. He has shirts that say yeet. He has sunglasses that say yeet. Like he takes a marker and writes like yeet across the lenses. And there was a kid in the crowd, you know, and he's got the ones you can buy in the merch booth, which only say yeet up in the corner. And because I was talking to Fluffy Bunny Ash about it, because she was going to get a pair because she thought they said yeet across them. And I was like, they probably don't do that because that could be a hazard.
I mean, they could just put that film on there. You can still see through one way, you know?
Yeah, I know, but they could see, people might see it as a, like, you know, WWE is going to be real careful with shit like that probably. Ooh, but anyways, you know, no big deal. You just get a paint marker and do it yourself. But anyway, he saw this kid and he goes over to the kid and he takes the kid's glasses and he just throws them. And then he gave the kid his glasses, you know, which was cool. And then they did the you know, he yeeted with the kid.
What the fuck does that mean?
Weird as that sound.
And then he took this child and like yeeted with him.
Well, he takes his hands like this, and he basically, like if you were, you know, bobbing up and down with your hands up, and that's basically what he's doing.
Like a pogo.
So I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, man. I'm too old for that shit. But anyways, but it was cool to see. You know, I always love when the wrestlers interact with the kids like that. A lot of them now, when they're coming down to the ring, will sign something for a kid, or you know, a lot of them now will stop as they're walking down the aisle for selfies, you know, because people have their cameras out and they'll kind of pose next to them and stuff. It's really cool to see that a lot of them are doing that now.
But do they want to do it?
Because they seem like they do. They don't seem bothered by it. They all seem to just do it.
You wonder if there's
I mean, it might be kind of a mandate.
That's kind of what I wonder.
Company might be like, yeah, but they all seem happy about. I mean, obviously the heels don't, because you're a heel.
You're supposed to wipe your ass with his phone. Yeah,
basically, yeah. Well, that's why a lot of the heels will grab someone's sign and tear it in half and stuff like that. Which that's still a badge of honor, you know. Yeah, right. Like, hey, I was at Raw last night, and you know, Rhea Ripley tore my sign in half. You know, like, no, she didn't. Like, dude, it's on the show. You know, that's kind of a cool moment. Yeah. There was one that a wrestler named Kevin Owens, somebody had a sign that was like, KO, tear my sign up. And he grabbed the sign and tore it all up.
That's funny.
Great. Yeah. So, yeah. So I was watching that more of the Tales of the Territories. I talked about where it was like stories from the like 80s and early 90s from territory wrestling. And one of them was Nikita Koloff, who was literally a guy from Minnesota that was pretending to be a man from Lithuania. And they were talking about how far he took staying in character. Because again, in the 80s, wrestlers tried to protect the business. Heels stayed with heels. You don't travel with a baby face anywhere, you know. Like if you're seen in public with a baby face, you better be essentially almost fighting them, right? Like you better not be seen in Chipotle with a guy that's a baby face. Don't be in the
Ponderosa next to each other at the salad bar, bub.
Yeah. Don't be sharing tongs. Yeah. You know.
Let me get that cherry tomato for you.
Anyways.
Grabs each other, just start making out. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh shit! There's people here. Slams his head into the sneeze guard.
I'm sorry, I love you. Punch.
Nikita Koloff. Yeah. So Koloff was like, "You want to know how far I took the gimmick?" He goes, "On my daughter's birth certificate, it says Lithuania for where I'm from."
That is amazing.
And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, dude. He said one time, because for a while his Russian, he didn't speak Russian at all. So his Russian was just like, right?
It's
like
it's gibberish,
gibberish. Yeah. So he goes into a grocery store one time, and apparently the clerk speaks fluent Russian and starts speaking to him in Russian. And they're talking, and he's just like, you know, like he didn't know what to do. So then he was like, oh, and then he just starts speaking with a Russian accent, very broken English, like we're in America, speak English, you know, like kind of thing. And then the guy talks to him in English, and then he just grabs his shit and leaves. Funny. I was like, oh, yeah, because, you know, dude, that show is, I thought it was all going to be just ha-ha stories. There's a lot of this is how I nearly died.
I mean, that's the meat of it, you know?
Oh, it is. Like the last episode, Arn Anderson is on there, and they're talking about how there was at the Omni, there, which was an arena, there was a like riot, and he's like, we thought we were going to die. Arn almost
became Arndt.
Yeah, nice. you know, and it was like, you can tell even all these years later, and he's talking about this, it was like, holy shit, yeah, this dude was like terrified for his life kind of thing. And there's some great funny stories in there too, but there's a lot of like, holy shit, like there's some of them I knew because I've heard like Jim Ross tell them or other wrestlers, you know, but there were quite a few in there that I was like, whoa, man, I didn't know that. You know, so even if you're not a wrestling fan, some of the stories are so like, holy shit, that they're probably worth watching. It's actually a fun watch, especially if you were like, it's not like Dark Side of the Ring where every episode is like, here's how this guy died.
Well, here's some sick shit. This guy first got paralyzed, then died. Oh, God.
Then he became, I forgot the title, the thing, the Slithis. There it is.
Obviously, it goes, all roads lead to Slithis.
Jesus. Dude, it's such a good thing Vince didn't see the spawn of Slithis. Otherwise, there would have probably been a Slithis character.
For sure. The Slithis.
Yeah.
I do like the name, though. Spawn of Slithis.
It is a good name. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. So I've been playing.
So, yeah.
I've been playing
Palworld. Whoop, go ahead. Good. Oh, the one that's being sued by Pokemans.
Should they be sued?
That's what I
Dude, the game is fun. It's like a survival base building kind of game. But I mean, the fact that you know, throw balls at like cartoonish creatures and capture them.
Now, by that, you're meaning like that comic character from the 90s, right?
Ow. Exactly.
That I still have never been able to find the name of.
Blue Balls, I think.
I even put in the Reddit, like comics subreddit about it, and one guy was like, there's no way in hell I'm Googling that.
Loser, he should have. I did.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, even like when you fast travel, it feels very Legend of Zelda. The font that shows up when you appear in whatever land it is, it's like like the sound effects. But it's a fun game. Like I just recently captured one that I built this harness, and I can call it to me when I'm fighting with it and turn it into a flamethrower. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I used it and killed some giant ice pail.
Well, that makes sense,
dude.
Ice.
It's a fun game.
But I have a question for you. Do you have to catch them all?
No, because you can also beat them to death.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
That's actually that's like, I'm a really good pale trainer because my tactic is, Brian, I go out.
Beat them all.
Yes, beat them all to death. No.
Beat one to death.
You got to beat it to almost death.
Encourage submission.
And then capture.
Oh,
right.
Unless
you need to harvest their organs or fluids. As you do.
Right. It's similar to, like, you know, some of the military training, you know, where they're training you for in case you get captured and tortured.
But
pretty much beat you to death, and then, you know,
I found my best tactic for capturing certain pals is you go out in the dark of night and you find them where they're sleeping, and you just start beating them in their sleep, and you get a few licks in before they get up.
Which makes sense, yeah.
And let me tell you, Brian,
that's typically how
they're not real happy when you do that.
No, I would imagine not.
But it's funny because you just, you know, you capture them, and then you can deploy, depending on how big your base gets, you can deploy more and more pals, and they just run around and do shit. Like, you know, like this guy will be mining, this guy will be harvesting eggs where the other one's laying, and
wow, so basically you just have like a slave camp.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty great.
Yeah, okay. But it's okay since they're pals.
Like I just captured this green monkey looking creature, and if I can get the right upgrade for it, when he goes into attack mode, he'll have an assault rifle. So
I was actually hoping he would just fling his
maybe
shit.
It's shit bullets. I don't know.
Yeah. Boy, that would be awful. Like, you see him pull a gun, like, whoa, 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 whoa. You get shot, and it's like, I don't know if this is better or worse. Like,
just harvesting deer shit.
Yeah, like, God, the smell.
Terrible, full of berries.
And I think I have a welt.
Yeah, it's very good, very high velocity on that thing.
Like, damn. I'm glad. Like, I think you broke skin. Oh, God, I got to watch this. This might get infected.
I'll be curious to see how this lawsuit goes, because there is a lot of parallels.
And given that it's got Nintendo lawyers behind it, this is one of those things that I feel like it's gonna. They're probably gonna win.
I hope not. I just started playing.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine though if this company beat Nintendo? I mean, holy shit! You know. Also, that would really open the door up for. I'm gonna make very close to Mario game.
Yeah, it's about a Spanish carpenter.
Yeah. The Legend of Slink. Melda.
No. He doesn't travel through pipes. He's a carpenter. He goes through tree stumps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Totally
different. Not even close to the same.
Like, turtles.
Like he's got a brother.
So. Prawns.
Yeah. Right. That would be funny. You just change his ethnicity, but leave everything the same. Like mine is clearly German,
obviously.
Like, this is Klaus, and this
is Klaus. He's an electrician. That's why he's in overalls.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Like you just have to change the colors slightly because you can't leave them in the same color scheme.
Right. Although, I'm sure the portfolio's fine, but I don't think we can accept these costume designs from Hugo Boss for Klaus the electrician.
Right. Yeah.
Like he would look awfully snappy, but
yeah.
If y'all know what I'm talking about. I know you do.
I know what you're talking about. I know.
Hey, we should probably get to that queue, huh?
Oh, we have two. Shut up and take my monies real quick first. All right, so the first one, in reference to your Evil Dead 2 watching, this actually is Army of Darkness, but it's from a dude or a company called Zombie Sailors Toys, sorry. And the reason I know about this company is they make a lot of
sailors.
They make wrestling figures that look like the Mattel figures from when we were kids. Yeah, like they just put out some really cool ones. Like they put out a bloody Ric Flair where he's wearing like a crimson mask and his hair's a mess and all this. And Abdullah the Butcher and Bad News Brown. Like that's what they're.
Oh, that's a pretty cool looking figure. I got their Instagram pulled up. Yeah.
Right. So the one I'm talking about here is there's an Army of Darkness one of Ash coming out, and he's got his boomstick and his his chainsaw hand, and it's in that same style though. Yeah, right. And these guys do great work.
It reminds me of
guys, women.
It reminds me of the old WWF figures. Just this.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the stance, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like scroll down and look at some of the figures they've made. They're amazing looking figures because they very much fit that style, which is on purpose. Because there's a guy named Matt Cordova who has a podcast that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. It's him and his friend Brian Myers, and they talk about how they're massive like toy collectors. And that's what their podcast is about. So they got with this, I think, and this dude or whatever, and they started getting figures made of guys who either don't have figures or, it's helping out guys who maybe didn't make all the money that the guys now make. So the guys get cut in. Like if you scroll down far enough, there's a Slick figure that they made, and there's a variant where he's in a gray suit and the regular figure, the variant's in a blue suit. Freaking amazing. And then Jack Tunney, who was the commissioner of the WWF when we were kids. Do you remember he used to come on and he'd always, when he'd give the official statements, even though basically he was playing Vince's role, kind of a thing.
The Meridian or whatever, the mouth.
Yeah, and when he came on, it's like, oh shit, business. Like this is the real stuff. One of my favorite things they did is there's a CM Punk figure that they did. Well, actually, I don't know. Did you see the Bruce Lee figure? That's pretty dope,
I don't think
too.
I saw that one.
Scroll up a little
Son
bit
of a
from
bitch,
the
Brian, I'm going the other way.
Slick one. Oh, it's on the left-hand side of their Instagram page. Anyway, so CM Punk has this dog named Larry, and it is the
of course
ugliest
his name
dog.
is Larry. Oh, that is a cool figure to Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Anyways, go two above where the Bruce Lee figure is, and you'll see the CM Punk with Larry. Okay. So this dog, that's what his dog actually looks like. I mean, this thing's got this horrific underbite where it's got like two fangs that stick up.
Don't talk to me about horrific underbites in dogs.
But, right. But I absolutely, like, I love Larry. Like, there was a Larry shirt that he had, and I almost bought it just because I just love that he loves this, like, ugly-ass dog so much, right? But anyway, so when they made a CM Punk figure, Punk was, like, they made a Larry figure also to go with him, which was freaking amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they got Abdul the Butcher's titties on point.
Well, I mean, that's what they look like, so... Yeah, that's why I said the figures are pretty amazing. They did a great job on those. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't. I said Bad News Brown. That's what he was when he was with WWF. He was Bad News.
I remember him from the Bad News Bears.
So no, that's not him, you silly goose. But anyway, yeah, they're like I said, they've done some really cool.
They got
work,
some cool shit. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially if you're into wrestling figures. Give them a look, because a lot of them are like guys that were, like I said, big in the 80s, 90s more so. The Tajiri figure is pretty good too.
It had
he was with WWE for a while.
Darkness, that rules.
Yeah, they don't do a ton of non-wrestling ones, but when they do. Well, all the figures, like I said, like in the one middle thing, I mean, they did a Sabu figure that's great and an Andre figure that are freaking amazing. I don't know what they cost. I'm assuming $20-$30 probably, because that's about what action figures cost now. And these are, I don't know how to word it otherwise, but small batch.
I mean, small batch makes sense.
They're going to be a smaller print run than like if
these are craft action figures.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, go check those out because they're really cool. And the other thing was sent to me by our friend Garrett, which is the big Lego set for the year. It's the X Mansion.
Oh, really? Huh.
Dude, it's like, I don't know if it comes with all. Okay, so here's what it comes with figure-wise. Professor X, Wolverine, Gambit, Cyclops, Storm, Jean Grey, Rogue, Bishop, Iceman, and Magneto. Now, in the picture, it shows a Sentinel next to it, but it doesn't come with a Sentinel, which is too bad. It really should, because... But, yeah, the price point on this is only $329.
Yeah. Only $329, huh? Huh.
Yeah, so...
I mean, it is cool, though.
But the interior of it has Professor X's lab with Cerebro and a Danger Room.
I mean, it should.
But yeah, well, especially for $329.99. But it's really cool. I mean, the only thing I have a complaint with, which was something Garrett pointed out, which was on Cyclops, the thing that's supposed to be his like optic beam. It just, I don't know what it looks like. A giant, like, I don't know, dildo, or I don't even know what it's supposed to be. They could have designed that probably a little better so it looked like it was more of a wider beam. Yeah, versus I don't know.
I just love the fact you got to clip that to his face.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll teach him.
Now, see, I need a thing Lego figure to go with this so that I can have him dumping Professor X out of his chair.
Absolutely.
Because I did it because it makes me laugh.
Yeah, that would be great. No, that's cool.
Sorry. That's a old Toy Fair reference for those not in the know.
I haven't done a Lego set in such a long time. Yeah.
Me either. I only own one.
Man.
Because my mom bought me the Van Gogh Starry Night one.
It's a good one to have.
And I just, it's in the box. I haven't taken it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yet,
We were at we're at Five Below, the Aldi of not food. And
yeah, right.
Getting candy to smuggle in, of course.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
And they have knockoff Legos, and they're like art pieces, kind of, So they have like flowers and shit, but they also have fast food objects. And one of them's a burger, one of them's a slice of pizza. And we were like, we kind of want to buy these, put them together, and then like mount them and hang them in the kitchen.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's a great idea.
Because they do look cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, Lego has been doing a lot of that, where they have like a bouquet of flowers,
awesome,
or like a centerpiece. Yeah, and they're really cool. Like, they're not even like properties of any kind.
Properties of the world.
But then they also are doing, yeah, man. You can't own flowers, man.
Flowers own you when you look and smell at them.
But yeah, they've been doing some really cool Lego sets. I love, like, I always, when I go into Target, if I'm over by the toys, I always walk down just to look at what new set there is.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm obviously not in the market to buy any of those, but I for sure look. Because the ones I really want are like the giant Optimus Prime, or the the NES system, or even the Atari one is really cool, But they're so damn expensive. They're like $300 or $200, where it's like, yeah, probably
Swedish
not.
plastic.
Yep. So, all right. Well, there you go. There's the shut up and take my monies that I have for the week.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Really Danish. Plastic Danish.
Sounds good.
I'd eat Danish.
QoftheW time? Last week we asked you what's something special you only bring out when when guests are over. Instagram, they bring out a 1 like. Thank you, Cheeto. Perfect. But on Facebook, we got some stuff. Things are afoot on the Facebook.
Okay.
So, let's see here. They did it to me again, Brian. Most relevant. Give me all the comments.
Oh, yeah, I hate that so much. You want me to read Cheetos?
I know, I'm good now.
Doing that?
Lady Cheeto says real glass drinking glasses.
That makes sense, actually. See, we don't. We actually, much like I said last week, where it's like we pull out like paper plates. It's like, I'm doing less cups,
dishes today.
Actually, we don't really even have to pull out cups, because like everybody tends to bring like a pop, or they have a water bottle, or like there's more of that now than there ever used to be. So most of the time we don't really have to have much as far as a drinking vessel out.
So Diamond Top fan Kiki, I should have some respect.
Put some respect. Also, current guest on the most recent Crazy Life.
She says my house cleaning skills.
Oh, that's a great answer. I didn't even think about it that way.
Very nice.
I was thinking physical things, but that is physical, I guess, but
exactly.
You know what I mean.
Speaking of physical things, Valerie says, my dick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're having that kind of party, have at it.
Who knew?
Right?
Who knew? And then I think we both shared this. I know I got at least one.
Okay, I definitely did. Yeah.
Kurt says, homemade booze, and I have to like you.
That's okay. That's fair.
Right. Kristen says, Rio plates. Excellent.
You're doing it wrong. You got to go the other way.
And Heather says, I guess waiting on them. I don't do that for my kids unless they're sick. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Hell no, not in my house. People wait on themselves here.
That's right. You wait on me to get my plate of food.
That's what I got on my end, my guy.
All right. Well, the one man gang Cheeto says something he didn't put all the words in. Something we just put out when company is coming. So, well, it used to be the punch bowl fountain or the chocolate fountain, maybe the nicer silverware, But now all the silverware is in the same drawer. The punch bowl and chocolate fountain took a shit years ago. So I guess it's more that we bust out the cast iron or the smoker. Oftentimes, if someone's coming for dinner, I will build a fire and cook. Or as you saw this summer, it was a smoker running 16 hours a day for a few days. That's about as fancy as we get. That's all. Now, listen, see, he missed a perfect opportunity, which was all he had to say was George's. Because I didn't see him laying that George's out for everybody.
I felt like part of a secret society. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. We were part of what was that movie?
The Skulls, yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Skulls. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. I was like, I know there's some, because it's based on alleged fact.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I thought too, man. Maybe we're not special as we thought. Well, you are special, but it's a different type of.
All right, what do you got for me this week, Brian? What number? What am I picking?
Oh, sorry, I lost my thing. All right, 1 through 10.
Shit,
I went and got some more.
Let's go with I
reloaded. 8. All right. What's a talent or skill you wish you didn't have?
That's an interesting question. A talent.
Yeah, I can answer this.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
Mine is the ability to see through bullshit. Because, when I worked for places, whether it was on purpose or inadvertently, got a lot of people fired because I caught them lying, basically. And I've always kind of had a good feel for whether someone's a piece of shit or not.
Are you talking about your Stuart, the human lie detector, coming soon to CBS?
Yeah. You know what I mean? To where it's like, I've got a really good track record of when someone's like dating someone and I meet them. It's very much like my gut. I have a really good track record of going, they're an awful person and kind of being right about it most of the time. And sometimes I wish I didn't have that because, how it is, like that kind of gut feeling doesn't go away. And the whole time you're kind of like, giving people the side eye because you're like, all right, when are you going to fuck up? Because it's like, I know it's coming. And then when it does, you're just like, because then also you have to not be, told you so.
I knew it.
Yeah. In your face. They're just sobbing because of a heartbreak.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. I mostly at the jobs though, because that got, I hated it because once you kind of get a reputation for
fair
that, enough. People kind of stay away from you. And it wasn't that I was like tattling on people and stuff. It was just that I caught stuff. And, like I'm not one, if you're breaking the rules and doing shit you're not supposed to do, I'm not one to stand by and just let you keep doing it. I that's not me. I'm very, call it part of my neurodivergence or whatever it is. But, it's like, if you're breaking the rules, I'm gonna make sure you're not breaking the rules.
I mean, he's been chasing Judas Priest for decades.
I have. And shit, I can't remember his name again. Damn it. The guy who jumped out of the plane.
Oh, DB.
With all the money.
DB Sweeney. Yeah, DB
Cooper. Yeah. Yeah.
DB
like,
Sweeney.
That's why I won't stop chasing
You've also
him
been chasing him.
Man, DB Sweeney.
Just because he's a handsome rascal.
Because fuck him. Yeah, because fuck him. That's why. Hey, I got feelings too. I got needs, damn it.
Oh shit. God, I really don't know, because when I think of like talents and skills, I don't want to lose the stuff I have, but I never thought about something that's like a negative skill.
Right. That's why I picked that one, because it was like, because we've done the flip of it, which was what's a skill or blah 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 that you wish you had, which that one's like, oh, I wish I could play guitar, or I wish I could shoot laser beams out of my nipples. Sick. Whatever it is, I feel like it feels like it would burn.
Oh, it would absolutely burn.
Like Wolverine, every time he pops his claws, it hurts
every time.
Yeah, that's why he just sits there and keeps doing it.
Man,
I hurt myself today.
So I know. God damn, Brian. I wasn't expecting to think this hard. I know.
Ah, got you. I got you,
You
dude.
did
I
get
got
me.
you. You've been psyched out.
All right, I got one. So I have this particular
right.
skill, quote unquote, where I overestimate how much time I actually have in real life. I would love to lose that.
That's definitely one. Yeah, because that seems like that would hit you more
Yeah, many
negatively
times I'm
than
like,
positively.
oh yeah, I could definitely fit that in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got time to do that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
you're half an hour
exactly.
late.
Or I'm just not sleeping as much.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I do that though sometimes too, but mine's more where it's like I'll set my alarm for like 5 minutes before 10 minutes before I got to get up for something. It's like, why do I? And then I'm like, the whole time, like, why am I doing
I
this
always,
to
for
myself,
some reason, assume everything's gonna go smoothly or better than smooth. Ergo, I have more time.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, if everything goes perfectly, you're like, I got 10 minutes to just sit and put my hand down my
exactly.
pants.
You got to make time for a little self-love.
Well, Al Bundy.
Oh.
Oh, I was meaning like Al Bundy, but yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You do what you want, you know. Your pants are your kingdom, you know.
That sounds like a Levi's ad.
Yeah, just remember.
Yeah, once the sword's out, it must taste blood.
It must taste blood. Yeah, that's the rule.
Oh shit! I love it.
That's a good answer, though. I like that. All right, so there you go. The question again: what's a talent or skill you wish you didn't have?
Show us what you got.
Show us what you got, or whatever. All right. And also show us what you got by clicking on the links at saltylanguage.com, including the one for tangentboundnetwork.com, which is the network we're part of. Hopefully, Mark is not getting jailed by Facebook.
Poor fella. I mean, honestly, Facebook could jail me. I would never even know.
I wouldn't care very much,
I wouldn't
honestly.
be the wiser.
Yeah. It's really funny because it's the one social media that I'm on that if they were like, we've suspended your account, I'd be like, cool.
Okay. Don't
like,
threaten me with a good time.
Like, yeah, like I don't know how hard I want to fight to get this back. Aside from, again, there are some people I only talk to on there. That is literally the only reason I still have it. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, if you want to reach out to us on socials, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on the sites I am on at Tsunami. Except for Facebook. You won't find me at Tsunami on there, probably. But,
you could.
I doubt it.
You can find me on Instagram at The Monotony. Just at Salty Language on TikTok. I am active there and, having a time. Patreon.com/Salty Language Show. That's the meat of this. $3 a month. Extra funnies every week. Classic funnies. Brian, there's a lot of stuff there. And you can get on for free, and there's free content.
There is. Yeah. But if you really want to get the meat,
we should really do these plugs at the beginning of the show. Get people right off the rip.
Yeah.
Anywho, you also have a side thing.
Yeah. Check out my other podcast, the previously mentioned Crazy Life, where it's usually just me and Heno talking about things that go on in our lives and recovery, depression, anxiety, mental health stuffs. But this last episode, we were joined by Kiki, and we talked about valuing your time.
Wait a minute.
Including stuff, along the lines of how a lot of people, when they factor in how much they make, like salary-wise and such, they don't factor in the to and from drive to work. Like, are you driving 2 hours a day for your job, to and from work? It's like, are you getting compensated for that? Because if you're not making as much as you think you make.
Or like danger zone for me when I was working 12s up in Michigan, and it was like a 50-minute drive there and back. So, I'm working at 12. Yep. Now suddenly it's, almost 14 hours and I'm falling asleep on the way home. Thank God I was calling Michelle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff like that, right?
But I have so
Like
much
maybe
time, it's
like,
fine.
you know, yeah. But well played. It's yeah, exactly, stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to hear us talk about that, please give us a listen. And yeah, I guess with that, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay spooky. Oh,
Ooh.
salty, I guess.
Yeah, watch all the
Oh,
spooky movies. Or don't if that's not your thing.
I mean, that's
I
fair
guess.
too.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.